Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Debbie, and this is my crafty den. These are really simple little hidden paperclip bookmarks, tabs. They can be used for so many different things. I'm just going to show you a couple that I already have that I've made before. So I have this one that has a long front and a short back. It's just a matter of folding it a little bit differently, but I've made this one so that when I'm using my journal for my planner, I can keep a task list. This has got a list of tasks that I do daily, weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly in my house. And I just like to have this stuck in the back of my planner when I'm setting my days up. It just kind of jogs my memory, lets me know what to check for to see what's been done. This one here, I love this one here. I've had it for a little while now. I can't remember the paper pad that I used. I think I used the same paper pad to make all three of these ones. But this one is just a bookmark. It can slide in on the top and stick out the top like a tab. It can slide in sideways like this. It could mark, you could make them and use them to mark your beginning of your month in your planner if you're using a planner like this. So they're so easy to use. And this is just another one that I use. I usually stick this one in like this. It's just a little reminder of where I am. So you can set them in. You can use them to group a bunch of pages together like that. Or if you're just reading your favorite book, these make really great bookmarks too. I mean, how nice is it when you're reading a book and you go to mark your page where you've stopped? It's always in your book because you can just take this and put it towards the back of the book when you're reading, and then when you stop, just take it out and put it back in where you are. So I'm going to show you how to make these. Also going to show you how to do these without needing a bunch of tools. So a lot of beginner crafters have some paper, some decorative papers, maybe some glue sticks, a liquid glue, a pair of scissors, a ruler. And you might not have your bone folders, your paper trimmers, your corner punches, all of those things. You might not have them all. You might have a few of them and not have them all, or you might not have any, and you really don't need any to make these. So yeah, so grab some decorative papers, a pair of scissors, some glues, and if you don't have a corner chomper, if you want a rounded edge, you don't have to round the edges. Anything with a round edge will do. Even take a coin, a dime or a quarter, and you can put it on here and just draw your curve and cut that out with your scissors. So yeah, no tools. So grab your scissors, grab your glue. For this project, I'm using Scotch permanent glue sticks, but you could use any glue stick as long as it's permanent, because you don't want these popping back apart. Or you could use a liquid glue if you wanted to, if you're using scrapbooking paper, because it's thick enough. It's thick enough to stand up to a liquid glue. So grab just a few tools. A ruler is good if you want one. I'm going to even show you how to choose papers from your 12 by 12 paper pad that you can make these and not even need a ruler. So let's get started. I'm just going to show you, I don't bother using a scoreboard. I use my paper trimmer, but you don't even need that. You could actually just go with a pair of scissors if you wanted to. Are these not so cute? I have this Christmas paper, and what I want to show you is that papers that have long strips in the pattern like this are really perfect to use for this. And a 12-inch strip means that you don't have to glue anything together to get length as well. So you could use 2 pieces of a 6-inch paper pad or an 8-inch paper pad to do the same thing. I'm just going to take a flip through this. This just happens to be a Recollections paper pad from a couple years ago at Michael's. And yeah, even this would be perfect because you don't need then a paper trimmer. This has got lines in it that's easy to see. There are some papers in here. These ones. I thought these bits right here would be really cute to use. So I'm going to use one of these pages. Just checking to see if there's anything else in here that I might want to use. Oh, isn't that pretty? So I'm going to go back to the back and find one of these. I think I'm going to use some of this. Liking that. I probably will use something off of this page. And papers like this are really good because if you don't have any Christmas stickers, of course I've got a ton of Christmas stickers, but if you don't have any, you can fussy cut some of these out and just use a glue stick and use these images as well. So let's put that away and then I'll show you. I'm going to use my paper trimmer, but I'm going to show you how you don't need a paper trimmer. I'm going to take this tiny little strip right here off. Just this with these snowflakes. I'm going to do a nice wide strip here. I think I'm going to take a tiny strip off of this. And I'm going to take this so that I just cut out the light green part and I leave the dark green outside piece off. So I have this pretty strip. I have this. Okay, so I'm going to take a few of those. And I'm also going to use some of this. But you don't have to have, like I said, you don't have to have any crafting tools for this. You can just use your scissors and cut. Just cut right down the line and it'll do the same thing because this is such a simple project. There. Isn't that lovely? So I have this. Wouldn't this look nice just peeking out the edge of your notebook? So pretty. So I have that one. This is almost identical to this, except that this has got some glitter on it. And this is good paper. It doesn't, none of the glitter falls off on this. As soon as I said glitter, I heard you all going, oh. But yeah, you don't have to have any special tools. I'm going to use my paper trimmer just for time. I want a little of this banner right here because I think it's fabulous. And some of these bows. My goodness, so we're right in the middle of some kind of a terrible rainstorm today. So we had a couple of inches of snow on the ground, but I really don't think we're going to have any snow left within the hour. I mean, most of it's gone right now. The only place that there's any left is a little bit where the snowplow went by. And yeah, it's raining so hard and the temperature's just risen so fast. It's gone up. Right now it's about 10 degrees and it's supposed to go up to 13. So I have this. I have these pretty green borders. And I have this that I could probably layer right here, which would look really pretty. And then this sticking out the side, I'm wondering, yeah, or this. Now that's pretty too. Really pretty. Yeah, I'm liking that. I really like this though. I like this little bit of white. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I actually think I'm going to grab another piece and my trimmer again. And I'm just going to cut a piece that's 2 inches. Is 2 inches enough? Oh, 2 inches is plenty. So just something that's like 2 inches. Just going to grab that like that. How about something like that? Now I like that. So yeah, there it is. Have I told you before that the hardest part for me to do any project is figuring out what paper to use? It really, really is. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of this. I use a permanent glue stick. Any permanent glue stick will do. And I'm going to put this right down on here. Like that. That's pretty. The paper clips that I use are just the cheap ones. I get these. I actually got these ones off of Temu for just a couple dollars, a whole pack. They're just the plain, really plain paper clips. And I think these are 2 inches. And they're plenty big enough for this. You could even use the smaller ones if you wanted to. But I like using these ones. So, right off the hop, what I need to do is fold my paper. Now, if you can remember, I said that I didn't want to use a scoreboard or anything like that. So this is going to be my outside edge right here. So I'm going to fold my paper in half so that both of these ends meet. So this is really beginner friendly. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold this back this way. Because this is going to be where my paper clip goes. It's just going to go right on here like this. Remember, your paper clip goes on your fold. And then this piece right here, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it up. I'm going to fold it, I don't know, because I've got my paper clip on here, you can probably see. And because I only want it to stick out of my notebook about just a little over 1/4 of an inch, not quite 1/2 an inch. So I'm going to just fold it there like that. Make sure the sides are lined up. That's easy to do. Just go like this and give this a fold. Just like that. So easy. So all I've done is taken my folded 12-inch strip and I've folded up. I'm going to take the back, and I could fold it up so that it would be exactly the same. And it doesn't matter which side is shorter, which side is longer. So I'm just going to take this and fold it up so that sometimes I get it on the front, sometimes I get it on the back. I'm just going to fold it up. That actually makes it so that folds right with that bow. So it kind of makes that bow look a little bit better. But it doesn't matter because this is going to be one on each side of your paper. So that's what I have. And this sticks up. This is okay because I'm just going to grab my scissors and I'm going to trim that off so that it matches. So I have this little strip. That's all I've cut off of my 12-inch piece of paper. I've got it so that I can put it on my paper. All you need is to have these two ends be a little bit different. I hope I'm not confusing anybody by this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this apart now to check and make sure that it's okay. I am just going to open this back up again. So all you basically have when you open this back up is the letter W. And this is going to be where your paper clip goes, right in the middle of your W. You're going to put the short side of your paper clip on the short side of your paper, right there. The long side on the long side. This one is a little shorter than this one, so put that on there. You've got this like this, and at this point, if you want this outside edge, this is the part that's going to stick out. If you want this outside edge to have rounded corners, grab your corner punch right now. Take this back apart. Line those up and chomp both your corners. Like that. So you've got your paper. You're going to turn it into a W. You're going to put your paper clip back on. And we're pretty much done. All we're going to do now is glue this. So first off, I'm going to glue. I'm just going to use my glue stick again. I'm also going to use just a little bit of wet glue because right in the middle of this paper clip, I'm just going to take and put a little bit of wet glue. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put glue on this flap. Make sure you get all the way to your edges. Then I'm just going to put that up like that. Then I'm going to take this side here. I'm going to put glue on my flap. I'm going to turn that up like that, and I'm going to line everything up so that it's all really straight. And I'm going to glue this and hold it all together. Now, at this point, if you want to, you can grab clips and put them on your outside edges. I find that I don't need it. I just, for a couple of minutes, I just go like this. And make sure everything is stuck down. So just keep pinching those for a couple of seconds and then they'll be good. There. And now I have another paper clip so I can grab my planner. This is my December setup. If I want to have a tab right here where my December setup is, I could just shove this on here and leave it. And then I've got a tab right where my December setup is. So that's how I make them. So I'm going to grab this strip right here, and I'm going to do one without an overlay piece. You don't have to put that one section on there. So if you want to, there. I have this piece right here. So fold it in half. And then fold your back piece over so that it just sticks out 1/4 of an inch. Make sure you line this up. I make sure I line it up down both of these, and that way I know that this fold is straight. And then I'm going to, that's my back piece. I want my front piece to be a little bit shorter, so I'm paying a little bit of attention this time. Remember, this is going to be your W. This is where your paper clip's going to be when you put it on your book. So if you want your front piece to be just a little bit shorter, just fold it up so that your front piece is a little bit shorter. And I've been lucking out with this paper. Look, that tree matches right up, so you can't even see that. There. There. And now I've got some overhang, so I'm going to cut that off right there. I want my corners to be rounded. So I'm going to put my two ends together right there, and I'm going to do that. You can slow this down. You can stop this video. You can rewind it, do whatever you need to do to be able to follow the instructions. So take your paper, turn it wrong side up, make sure you've got your W this way, and then you can close this. So I have this. Now all I have to do is grab a paper clip and put it in here like that. And then I'm going to glue this up. So once again, I'm going to take a little bit of glue right here. You could put a little bit of hot glue in here. I find it just, the paper clip can't come out because it's glued in all the way around. But I find that that just gives me a little bit extra. So instead of gluing the flap this time, I just glued that back piece so that this piece isn't glued yet. There. So I have this. So this piece isn't glued yet. So I can take, what color of ribbon? I've got this little bit of ribbon here, and that would kind of look pretty on there. Let me see, maybe a little piece of red ribbon. Did anybody else find these packs last year at Dollarama? There's 50 pieces of ribbon in here, and they're about 1 yard. So 1 yard each, so 36 inches, and there's 50 pieces. And I can't remember how much these were, but they were under $4 for all of this. So it made me really happy. Maybe not. That's not quite as dark. Maybe some green. I don't know what I want to have sticking out of there. I got some that were gold and silver. I got some that were black and whites. And I'm just thinking that this is really pretty. And because there's so much white on this card, a little bit of this right here would be sweet. So I'm going to just cut a little piece. You don't need very much at all. And I'm going to just put this in here so that it just pops out like that. See, it just sticks out a little bit. I'm going to take some of my wet glue. Oh, my fabric glue is way over there. I'm not even going to bother for that little bit. I'm just going to put some of this down in here, but I'm going to put a little bit, just a little blob of it there as well. And then I'm just going to put this down on here. Like that. And then I'm going to glue this whole tab down. So I've never had any trouble with these coming out using these glues. So stick that down into that glue. Put that like that. And now in this case, because I have that there, I'm actually going to put a bulldog clip right on the end of that, and I'm going to let that dry. Now I have this really cute little snowman, snow scene tag. So I'm going to put that on there because I need this end to dry really well. And I'm just going to pinch these together. Using your decorative papers like this just makes them really adorable. So I'm going to let that dry up there, and I'm going to work on another one. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this one. This actually reminds me of a Christmas sweater. Instead of putting another strip over top of this, I'm going to leave this one the way it is. I'm going to start by folding it in half. Again, just like this. Just like that. I'm going to have this one come up. Actually, because, oh, I can't because I'm going to cut a piece off. I'm going to have this one come up just so that it sticks out just that 1/4 of an inch. I don't want it to stick out. So I've got this piece. I'm going to make sure that's all lined up. And I'm just going to crease that down. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to move it up so that I have 2 different lengths right there. And then I'm going to fold it, make sure it's all nice and lined up. And then crease this down like that. Then you've got this little bit here, and you can just take your scissors and cut that off. So I have a little bit of white showing right here. And if you want to fix that, you can just take your scissors, especially if you cut this out by hand. If you want to take your scissors right now, you can just trim that so that you don't have any white showing on your edge. So remember, turn it over so that your wrong side is up and you've got this W, and this is where the paper clip's going to go. There. Oh, I got it on the wrong side, guys. I actually want it to be, I always put them in so that the short part of the paper clip is on the short side. See how that goes? The short side is on the short side and the long side is on the long side. It just gives a little more room at the bottom of the paper clip for this to stick together better, and that doesn't push it out. So I have that. I'm going to round my corners. If you don't have a corner punch, just use your scissors and a card or anything that has a curved edge and put it on your corner and draw, and then you can just cut it out with your scissors. Once again, you don't have to have any tools to do this. There. There. I'm going back for some of this ribbon. That's pretty on there, that rickrack. I love this little bit that has some Christmas trees on it. So I'm just going to grab a little wee bit of that. Now this one's going to go up out the top. It's so hot in here that I'm getting a lot of glue on here. So I still have my heat on, but it's on fairly low, but because the temperature's gone up so much today. So before that dries, I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to stick this down in the back behind that. So right there. And then putting some glue in here and a little bit on that ribbon, just a little bit. I just think wet glue is going to work with the ribbon better than the glue stick. There. Now before I turn this up, I'm just going to turn this down like that so I have my little flap. Then I'm going to move that up there like that and pinch this together, making sure that everything's lined up again. And because you can't, with those two pieces of ribbon in there and that paper clip near the top, you can't get this squeezed down really tight. So I don't need that on there anymore. So I'm just going to move it to this one. And I don't know if you can see or not, but that pinches that really tight. And just pinching all of this down. So I have this really cute one. Now I have all kinds of Christmas stickers. I'm going to grab them. And because this looks like a Christmas sweater, maybe an image on the front would be cute. Oh, my whole house is shuddering. So we're getting all kinds of rain. Low-lying areas are saying to watch for floods. Oh my goodness. I like that. So it just says, baby, it's cold outside. Yeah, all kinds of rain, but we're also getting winds gusting up to 90 kilometers an hour. I don't want this to fall off, so I'm just going to put this right there like that. I can turn it over and put something on the other side as well. That's too big. That's cute. A little bit of holly is cute. And maybe just a bell. It just says Merry Christmas and it's just a little bell. Something simple like this. And I'm just going to put this on here. Yeah, so it's just, the wind is so strong. Every time I try to forget about it, and then the whole house just shudders again. So there, just a little bell. Maybe I'll put it to the side like this, so I see more of these snowflakes going down, just like that. And is that clipped down enough? I think that's down enough. And there I have another little tag. Bookmark, however you want to word it, whatever you want to call it. You can just use these. I mean, if this is the perfect thing to just put over your page when you're reading a book. You could give these as little gifts, make some as stocking stuffers for an avid reader, or put some in with a book if you're giving a book as a Christmas gift. That would be really lovely as well. So this one could just go right over the top like this. So see how it just sticks out the top like that? What a perfect bookmark. Just lovely. And it doesn't dog-ear any of your pages. And it's really easy to take out when you don't want to use it anymore. I just love these things. I think they're so handy to have. Maybe I won't put those stickers away. So there was one more that I was going to show you because sometimes I just do something different. So I'm going to grab another piece of Christmas paper. Something a little different. You can't go wrong with plaid, right? So once again, I think I'll make a wide one. I'm going to cut this one a little bit wider. So I have this nice strip. I'm going to start by folding it in half, upside down. start upside down. I have to think about it. I have to think about what my finished project is going to be when I do this every single time. So line up the sides and the bottom so that you can fold this in half. Actually, I'm going to do something different with this one just to show you that you do have options. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to come down about an inch from the top, lining this up perfectly down the side so that I still know that I have that straight. I'm going to make my first fold like that. Then I'm going to take this piece, the shortest piece, and I'm going to put it up, but instead of just putting it up about 1/4 of an inch, I'm going to go up about 1/2 an inch. Just so that like that, has a little bit more. And then on this one, I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to make it the same. Because I started with this being a little bit off center, I'm not going to have any left over when I match this up. I can match that right to the end like that. And then fold this, and I've got 1/2 inch at the top, and I've got about 1/2 inch here as well. So there, I have my W. It's just a little wonky, and I am going to burnish these down. Notice so far that the only tools that are absolutely necessary is something to make a fold with. You could use the side of your pen. You could use the handle of your scissors. I'm using an old Timmy's card. Anything at all. So this is already lined up here. Let's get that. And then I'm going to chomp my corners. I don't have to take this apart to do it because they're already lined up. There, so I have my nice round corners. And I'm not putting a ribbon in the top of this one. So I'm just going to take my paper clip out. I'm going to take this. Like that. I'm going to shove my paper clip on here and I'm going to fold this up. I have forgot to put a little bit of glue in the center of these before, and it didn't matter. The paper clip didn't come out because it's sealed all the way around. There. Now, let's do this one. There, let's get this all pushed in tight. Pinch it down. I'm looking for, I have a paper punch, just an ordinary, you know, one of the really cheap paper punches. I have one of those. Ah, there it is. I just put it back in the wrong drawer. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to, because I have all kinds of room, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to punch through like that. There. So this is just an alternative to putting a ribbon on the inside. Isn't that plaid pretty? And then, so much green in here. So where's that really cute little rickrack? I'm going to cut a piece of this rickrack right here. I'm just going to make myself a loop. I'm going to shove it in. Goodness gracious. Some days my fingers work. Let's pull this out of here the right way. So there, and I'm just going to cut a little bit off because that's a little too much. And now this looks just like a small tag. So I can now take there. I think I'm just going to put this Merry Christmas and Happy New Year one. Adding a little bit more glue onto this. And this one, I'm just layering a few on this side. I have a little bigger area here to work with. There, so a little cluster on the back and just a little Christmas tree and a little tag there on the front. Just imagine you're reading your favorite book and you want to have a bookmark on it. So you're just going to open that up, slide it on, and the only reason that this top part has to be a little bit deeper when you're punching a hole is because if you don't, the edge of your punch catches on your paper clip. But that can slide right down in there that far. Your book has this lovely bookmark in it. So I love these. I think they're all kinds of fun. They can have ribbons sticking out of the top of them. They don't need anything like this one here. And it can just slide in the top or the side, either side. And remember, they can, once you make like this, directional like this, even these ones, they can slide in either side of your book. So you have lots of options with them. So here are my Christmas ones that I did. If you enjoyed it, please The easiest thing that you can do to help support my channel is to like the video. So if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. It's free, guys. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you want YouTube to notify you when I post a new video, hit the notification button as well. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love if you did that now before you left, so you can come back maybe and do some crafting with me again. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Until then, bye-bye for now, everyone. Have a really wonderful day.